the very hungry caterpillar. And that's the caterpillar. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on the leaf. How big is that leaf? Or did they just do a close-up painting? And it's a very good one. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and popped out of the egg, tiny and very hungry caterpillar. Aww! He started to look for some food, and the sun is shining very brightly. One morning he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. Yeah, an apple wouldn't satisfy a bird's hunger, but wouldn't it satisfy a caterpillar's? Anyway, let's see what he eats next. On Tuesday he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. 2 pears? Well, I would be kind of full if I ate 2 pears. On Wednesday he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. 3 plums? I've never eaten a plum before. On Thursday he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. Strawberries don't have stalks. Well, they don't have brown stalks like an apple. But strawberries are small. On Friday he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. So much. But now he's gonna eat a lot of yummy stuff. On Saturday he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake. I'd like some. 1 ice cream cone. 1 pickle. No thank you. 1 slice of Swiss cheese. 1 slice of salami. Salami. 1 lollipop. Look. Yummy. 1 piece of cherry pie. No. 1 sausage. 1 cupcake. And 1 slice of watermelon. Yes, please. That night he had a stomachache. I'd imagine. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. And there's the leaf. It's a little leaf. And he ate through it. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big fat caterpillar. Oh, very fat. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled the hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a butterfly. I love butterflies. The kissing hand. Chester Raccoon stood at the end of the forest and cried, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please may I stay home with you? Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem warm and cozy as your days at home. The wiped his tears and looked into it. Secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand, spread over his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," told Chester, "you're lonely and just need a little loving from Mom. Just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' That very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now do be careful not to lose it. Do not worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved this kissing hand. Now he knew his mother loved go. And anywhere he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Then he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," she told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolding a large familiar finger into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Miss Raccoon watched Chester scamper along a tree limb and enter school, and the hoot owl rang in the new school year. She pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And look, that's the woodland school. There's Chester and a fox and a bunny and lots of mice and a rabbit and another mouse and a teacher owl. And look, there's a little deer. Pete the cat, I love my white shoes. I used to watch this show when I was younger. And here we see some shoes. Red shoes, yellow shoes, purple shoes, and green shoes. I want the red shoes and the purple shoes. I want to wear them both. And there's Pete the cat. I Love My White Shoes by Mr. Eric, illustrated by James Dean. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song.
I love my white shoes. 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 I love my white shoes.
I love my white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? And there's the bud. How could you step in a pile of strawberries and not notice till you're on the top of the pile? Red! Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool.
I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. How could you not know this? You stepped in a pile of blueberries till you're on the top of the pile. What color did it turn his shoe? Blue! Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome!
I love my blue shoes. 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 I love my
no! Pete stepped in a large pile of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song. Groovy.
I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my...
Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. How could you not notice there was a bucket of water until you step into it? And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White! But now they're wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my wet shoes. 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 I love my wet shoes.
The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good. The grouchy ladybug. Aphids are very small insects. They suck the juice from leaves and then the leaves die. But ladybugs eat aphids. And that's good for trees, shrubs, and other plants with leaves. It was night and some fireflies danced around the moon. Do-do-do. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun came up. And look in the corner. There's a clock. And that clock reads 5 o'clock in the morning. A friendly ladybug flew in from the left to the one right here. It saw a leaf with many aphids on and decided to have them for breakfast. But the grouchy ladybug flew in from the right. Oh no, the grouchy ladybug! Friendly ladybug, run! And that grouchy ladybug also saw the aphids, but it wanted to have them for breakfast too. Who's gonna get the aphids? Only one way to find out. Good morning, said the friendly ladybug. Go away, shouted the grouchy ladybug. I want those aphids. We can share them, suggested the friendly ladybug. No, they're mine. All mine, screamed the grouchy ladybug. Rude. Do you want to fight me for them? They're gonna fight? But they can't. But why would you fight over food? That's like going to the grocery store. You see your neighbor, and they want to buy, and there's the last cupcakes, and you want to buy those cupcakes, but they want them too. But of course they can. One of them can take them home, and the neighbors can share them. That's a little something called manners. If you insist, answered the friendly ladybug sweetly. It looked the grouchy ladybug straight in the eye. The grouchy ladybug stepped back. It looked less sure of itself. Oh, you're not big enough for me to fight, it said. Then why don't you pick on someone bigger? I'll do that, screeched the grouchy ladybug. I'll show you. It puffed itself up and flew off. Oh, who's he gonna pick on now? At 6 o'clock, he met a yellow jacket. Oh, and there, at the top, it says 6 o'clock. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Wanna fight? If you insist, said the yellow jacket, showing its stinger. Oh no! Stung by a wasp? That would hurt badly. Run away! Before you get stung! Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. So who's he going to challenge now? At 7 o'clock, he saw a stag beetle. A beetle? Ugh, those claws look sharp. Very sharp. But do you think the ladybug's going to fight the stag beetle? Ouch! I hope not. If you don't say, oh, you're not big enough as your lame excuse, then you're doomed, ladybug. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. Phew, lame excuse. At 8 o'clock, it came across a praying mantis. Ah! It looks creepy. It has red eyes. And they look evil. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Wanna fight? If you insist, said the praying mantis, reaching out its long front legs. At 9 o'clock, it almost flew into a sparrow. I do not know for sure, but I think that sparrows eat ladybugs. Hey you, said the grouchy ladybug, wanna fight? If you insist, said the sparrow, opening its sharp beak. Nope, I was right. It wants to change its diet. Ladybug, just say it's not big. The sparrow's not big enough. Even though the sparrow is big enough. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. It's so scared. At 10 o'clock, he saw a lobster. Lobster! Oh no, lobster! Those are very big claws. The claws are too big. At 10 o'clock, it saw a lobster. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Wanna fight? If you insist, said the lobster, stretching its claws. Oh, you're not big enough. One per person, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. At 11 o'clock, he bumped into a skunk. Hey, you, said the grouchy ladybug. Wanna fight? If you insist, said the skunk, starting to lift its tail. Nope, nope, don't you dare, skunk. Don't you dare spray us with your toxic smell. Please. Say you're not big enough. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. At 12 noon, it spotted a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor? Those are very big snakes. And you can find them in the Amazon rainforest. So if you ever plan to have a holiday in the Amazon rainforest, watch out for a boa constrictor. Hey you, was the grouchy ladybug. Wanna fight? If you insist, said the snake, right after lunch. He's gonna eat the squirrel! Squirrel! Oh no! Run away, squirrel! Run away before your lunch. He doesn't want to have you over for lunch. He wants to eat you as lunch. Oh, you're not big enough, said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. Of course, it doesn't want to be an after-lunch snack. It wouldn't even be big enough to be dessert. At 1 o'clock, it happened upon a hyena. "Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug, "wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the hyena, laughing eerily and showing its teeth. "Oh, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. He's not gonna fight. At 2 o'clock, it met a gorilla. "Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug, "wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the gorilla, beating its chest. "Oh, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. At 3 o'clock, it ran into a rhino. "Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug, "wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the rhinoceros, lowering its horn. "Oh, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. What is it doing? Is it just gonna keep pulling off the fight? At 4 o'clock, it encountered a elephant. "Oh my God, an elephant!" "Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug, "wanna fight?" "If you insist," said the elephant, lifting its trunk and showing its big tusk. "Oh, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. At 5 o'clock, it met a whale. "Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug, "wanna fight?" But the whale didn't answer at all. "You're not big enough anyway," said the grouchy ladybug and flew off. At 5:15, the grouchy ladybug said to one of the whale's flippers, "Hey you, wanna fight?" But it got no answer, so it flew on. Whale flippers don't talk. At 5:30, the grouchy ladybug, whale's fin, "Hey you, wanna fight?" At 4:46, he said to the whale's tail, "Hey you, wanna fight?" But the whale's tail gave the grouchy ladybug such a slap that it flew across the sea and across the land. At 6 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug arrived right back where it started from. It is probably furious right now. "Ah, here you are again," said the friendly ladybug. "You must be hungry. There are still some eggs left. You can have that for dinner." "Oh, thank you," said the wet, tired, and hungry ladybug. Not the grouchy ladybug, the wet, tired, and hungry ladybug. I guess it learned its lesson. You should always share your food. Soon all the aphids were gone. "Thank you," said the leaf. "You're welcome," answered both. Went to sleep, and the fireflies, who were asleep all day, started to come out again and dance in the moon. The wolf and the 7 little kids. And kid is the word for baby goat, by the way. Ooh, I love this page. It has so many fairy tale characters in that tree. Fairy tale tree. Once upon a time, there was a goat who had 7 little kids. She loved them all dearly. Her only fear was that one day the wolf might catch them. One day the mother goat had to go into the forest to look for food. Before she went, she called her 7 little kids to her. "Dear children, while I am out, take care that the wolf does not come near you. Keep the door locked. If he gets in, he will eat every one of you. He may disguise himself, but you will know him by his rough voice and black feet. The kids replied, "Dear mother, do not worry, we'll take good care of ourselves." So the mother goat went off into the forest, leaving her kids at home. That's a very beautiful home. It's like your classic palace. It was not long before there was a knock on the door. Someone called up, "Open the door for your mother, dear children. She has brought something back for you. Open the door for your mother, dear children. She has brought something back for each of you." But the little kids knew that such a rough voice could not be their mother's. "We won't open the door. You are not our mother. She has a gentle voice, but yours is rough. You are the wolf!" The wolf went to a shop and bought himself a lump of chalk. He ate the whole of it, hoping to make his voice soft. Eating chalk to make your voice soft. "Open the door for your mother, dear children. She has brought something back for each of you." As the wolf spoke, he put his black paws on the windowsill. The kids heard the soft voice and thought at first that it was their mother's. So the black paws and cried, "We won't open the door. You are not our mother. She has not got black feet. You are the wolf!" At these words, the wolf ran to the baker. "I have hurt my foot. Rub some dough on it for me." Dough? Next, the wolf ran to the miller. "Sprinkle some flour over my foot for me." The miller to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone." So he refused. At that, the wolf said, "If you do not do as I tell you, I shall eat you." The miller was afraid, and he sprinkled flour over the wolf's foot. For the third time, the wolf returned to the goat's house and knocked on the door. The kids heard the gentle voice, but they were still careful. "First, show us your paws, so we may know if you are a dear mother." The wolf put his paw on the windowsill. Kids saw the white foot. They saw it was truly their mother. They opened the door wide, and there stood the wolf. The kids were terrified and ran to hide themselves. One ran under the table, the second jumped into bed, the third into the stove, the fourth into the kitchen, the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth into the washing bowl, and the seventh in the clock case. It did not take the wolf long to find them, and one after the other, he swallowed them as quick as possible. The youngest kid, who was hidden in the clock case, was the only one the wolf did not find. Oh no! After swallowing 6 kids, the wolf felt sleepy. He went out into the meadow, lay under a tree, and was soon sound asleep. No! The kids are gone into the belly of the wolf. They're going to get digested. No! Soon afterwards, the mother goat came home from the forest. What a sight met her eyes! The doors of the house had stood wide open. The table and chairs had been overturned. The washing bowl had been broken to pieces. The pillow and bedclothes had been pulled off the beds. The mother goat searched for her 7 children, but nowhere she could find them. Then in despair, she called her kids by the name, one by one. No one answered until at last she called the name of the 7th kid. When she had called his name, a little voice replied, "Dear mother, I am in the clock case." Overjoyed, she took her little kid out of the clock case. It told her how the wolf had eaten the other 6 kids. When the sad tale was told, the mother goat and 7 little kids wept together. After a while, the poor mother goat, followed by her 1 little kid, wandered sadly outside into the meadow. Then under a tree lay the wolf, sound asleep. He was snoring so loudly that the branches of the trees above him shook. The mother goat walked around the sleeping wolf and saw his huge, swollen stomach. Look more closely. She thought that something was moving and struggling inside the stomach. Is it possible that my little kids, whom he has swallowed, are still alive? What? They haven't been digested yet? Run home quickly, he said to the kid. My scissors and a needle and thread. Then Mother Goat cut open the wolf's stomach. The small cut she made out of one little kid. As she cut further along the wolf's stomach, more and more kids jumped out. Finally, all 6 of them were free and alive. No one was hurt, for in his greed, the wolf had swallowed them whole. How happy they were to be together again. Poor Mother Goat wept again, but this time she wept for joy. Mother Goat, in the happiness, skipped and jumped around the sleeping wolf. Then, not the only one skipping and jumping, there are also 2 bunnies. 1, 2. Soon, however, the Mother Goat spoke to them. Go find me some big stones and bring them back to me. 7 little goats searched for the biggest stones they could find and took them to where the wolf lay. The Mother Goat placed as many of these stones as they could inside the wolf's stomach. Then she quickly sewed it together again. The wolf lay snoring the whole time and knew nothing of what had happened. For a very long time, the wolf wakened feeling thirsty. So he set off to the well for a drink. As he walked, the stones in his stomach knocked and rattled against each other. Then he cried out, "What rumbles and tumbles inside my poor bones? I ate 6 young kids, but they feel like 6 stones." 'Cause they are 6 stones. Took him a long time to reach the well, swaying and rumbling as he went. When he got there, he bent over the water to drink. The heavy stone in his stomach made him topple over. Head first in the well, he fell with a frightful plop. The goat and her said the frightful plop came running to the well. When they saw that the wolf had drowned, great was their joy. They skipped around crying, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" No longer did the Mother Goat need to be afraid to leave her kids alone when she went to the forest. The very lonely firefly. As the sun set, a little firefly was born. It stretched its wings and flew off into the darkening sky. It was a lonely firefly, and it flashed its light, searching for other fireflies. The sun is setting. I love sunset. It was a lonely firefly, and it flashed its light, searching for other fireflies. I saw a light and flew towards it. But it wasn't another firefly. It was a light bulb lighting up the night. But it doesn't even look like a firefly, and the light is too big. The firefly saw a light and flew towards it. But it wasn't another firefly. It was a candle, flickering in the night. The firefly saw a light and flew towards it. But it wasn't another firefly. It was a flashlight shining in the night. The firefly alighted and flew towards it. But it wasn't another firefly. It was a lantern glowing in the night. The firefly saw several lights and flew towards them. But there weren't other fireflies. There was a dog. Wow wow. A cat and an owl. Their eyes reflecting the light. Woo, 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 woo. The firefly saw a light and flew towards it, but it wasn't another firefly. It was a car's headlights flooding the night. Look! Wow! It's beautiful. The firefly saw many lights and flew towards them, but they were not other fireflies. They were fireworks sparkling and glittering and shimmering in the night. Not where, and all was quiet. The firefly flew through the night, flashing its light, looking and searching again. Then the very lonely firefly saw what it had been looking for, a group of fireflies flashing their lights. Now the firefly wasn't lonely anymore. Too much glue. Our art teacher says too much glue never dries. She reminds us glue raindrops, not puddles. and she warns me, Matty, too much glue. So during art class, I find the fullest bottles of glue. I tip them over and squeeze. Plop! Glue squishes from the orange tips and slops all over. Sequins and googly eyes float around in a gluey lake. Then it's time for the most important decoration. Geronimo! I belly flop onto the table, letting the glue and everything else cover me. Time to go on the drying rack, I announced, but when I put my table, I boing right back down. Too much glue, Matty! Too much glue! This is bad. There's only half an hour till the end of school, and all I can do is lift my hands. All I can do is lift my head, wave my hands, and wiggle my feet. The rest of me is a blacky, stucky mess. Can someone help me? I call. While my teacher breathes into a paper bag. Noah shouts, "Let's lasso him!" Izzy, Noah, and Owen get to work. Soon I'm roped from all sides like a rodeo pony. But when they try to pull me out, snap, the lassos break, leaving colorful octopus tentacles everywhere. The glue is now stronger. The glue is too strong, and I'm a clingy, stringy, blacky, sticky mess. Don't worry, Maddie. We know what to do, shout Luke and Grace from across the room. Is that a tow truck? I ask as they wheel the contraption over and stick a plastic hook in my suit of glue. My friends pull one way and the glue pulls the other. Creak, click, creak, click, until kaboom! The tow truck explodes and plastic bricks rain all over. Now I'm a clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blocky, sticky mess. Oh no, almost burst in and check my temperature. 98.6. Sorry, no fever. I can't send you home early. She dabs and pats me like some spilled juice. But the more she bloats, the more the glue spreads. Soon I'm a melted, mummy, clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blacky, stucky mess. Then the principal comes in. He takes one look at me, sticks a note on my belly, and leaves. Seeing my teacher huffing and puffing like a train gives me a great idea. I whisper to Haley and Owen. The final bell rings, and everybody freezes, except Haley and Owen. It's the biggest one we could make, they shout, fiercely flapping a huge paper fan at me. Then, just as I'm thinking I'll be a knot on my tummy, melted mummy, clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blacky, stucky glue boy for the rest of my life, my plan works. Something my teacher said could never happen happens. The glue dried, but I'm still stuck, and I hear footsteps. The door starts to open, and my father and some other carpool parents. Dad comes closer and inspects me. Then he peels me off the table, glue, yarn, bricks and all. He spins me around. Nobody makes a sound. Then Dad smiles. Matty, you're a masterpiece! He holds me up for everyone to admire. My friends all cheer. A trail of stuff, eyes and bricks and yarn and paper. I'm speechless when Dad brings me into the house, but he knows just what to do. Though some little things happen only once, and this is one of those things. He gently grips the dry glue in front of my collar and peels me open like a ripe banana. Now it's Dad's turn to glue. He seals up the side of the me-shaped work of art. I bet it would take all the glue in the art room to make a U-shaped work of art. Dad laughs. He glues a big magnet to the Macomb project and hangs it on the fridge. During dinner, we sneak peeks at my masterpiece. And after dinner, we take the principal's note very seriously. The enormous crocodile is planning what to have for his lunch. This foul fiend, the greediest crook in the whole river wants to eat something juicy and delicious. His teeth sparkle like knives in the sun, and he's getting hungrier and hungrier. But what can the greedy, grumptious brute gobble up? Beware! He's looking for someone that looks a lot like you. In the biggest, browniest, muddiest river in Africa, 2 crocodiles with their heads just above the water. 2 crocodiles lay with heads just above the water. One of the crocodiles was enormous. The other one was not so big. Do you know what I would like for my lunch today? The enormous crocodile asked. No, the not so big one said. What? The enormous crocodile grinned, showing hundreds of sharp white teeth. For my lunch today, he said, I would like a nice juicy little child. I never eat children, the not so big ones. Only fish. Oh, cried the enormous crocodile. I bet if you saw a fat, juicy little child paddling in the water over there this very minute, you gobble him up in one gulp. No, I wouldn't, the not so big one said. Children are too tough and chewy. They're tough and chewy and nasty and bitter. Tough and chewy? Nasty and bitter? What awful tummy rot you took. They are juicy and yummy. They taste so bitter, not so big one said. You have to cover them up with sugar before you can eat them. Children are bigger fish than fish. You get bigger helpings. You're greedy, the not so big one said. You're the greediest croc in the whole river. I'm the bravest croc in the whole river, said the enormous crocodile. I'm the only one who dares to leave the water and go through the jungle to the town to look for little children to eat. You've only done that once, the not so big one said. And what happened then? They all saw you coming and ran away. But today when I go, they won't see me at all, said the crocodile. Of course they'll see you, the not so big one said. You're so enormous and ugly, they'll see you from miles away. The enormous crocodile grinned again, and his terrible sharp teeth sparkled like knives in the sun. No one will see me, he said, because this time I've thought up secret plans and clever tricks. Clever tricks, cried the not so big one. You've never done anything clever in your life. You're the stupidest croc in the whole river, and the cleverest croc in the whole river. For my lunch today, I shall feast upon a fat, juicy child while you lie here in the river feeling hungry. Goodbye. The enormous crocodile swam to the side of the river and crawled out the water. A gigantic creature was standing in the slimy, oozy mud on the river bank. It was Humpy Rumpy, the hippopotamus. Hello, hello, said Humpy Rumpy. Where on earth are you off to at this time of day? I have secret plans and clever tricks. Oh dear, said Humpy Rumpy. I bet you're going to do something horrid. The enormous crocodile grinned at Humpy Rumpy and said, I'm going to fill my hungry, empty tummy with something yummy, 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 yummy. What's so yummy? Said Humpy. Try to get it something that walks on 2 legs, said Humpy Rumpy. You don't really mean you're going to eat a little child? Of course I am. Oh, you horrid, greedy, grumptious brute, cried Humpy Rumpy. I hope you get caught and cooked and turned into crocodile soup. The enormous crocodile laughed out loud at Humpy Rumpy. Then he waddled off into the jungle. Inside the jungle, he met Trunky the elephant. Trunky was nibbling leaves on the top of a tall tree. He didn't notice that the crocodile was at first, so the crocodile bit him on the leg. Ow, said Trunky in his big, deep voice. Who did that? Oh, true. You beastly crocodile, why don't you go back to the big brown muddy river where you belong? I have secret plans and clever tricks. I mean you've got nasty plans and nasty tricks. You've never done a nice thing in your life. I'm off to find and lummy child for lunch. Keep listening and you'll hear the bones go crunch. Oh, you wicked beastly beast! Oh, you foul-land filthy fiend! I hope you get squashed and squished and squeezed and pointed up into crocodile store. The enormous crocodile laughed out loud and disappeared into the thick jungle. A bit further on, he met Mugwump the monkey. Mugwump was sitting in a tree eating nuts. "Hello, Crocky," said Mugwump. "What are you up to now?" "I have secret plans and clever tricks. Would you like some nuts?" asked Mugwump. "I have better things to eat than nuts." "I didn't think there was anything better than nuts," said Mugwump. "Aha!" said the enormous crocodile. "The sort of things I'm going to eat has fingers, toenails, arms, and legs, and feet." Mugwump went pale and began to shake all over. "You aren't really going to gobble up a little child, are you?" "Of course I am," said the crocodile. "Clothes and all. They taste better with their clothes on. Thank goodness." "You horrid hoggish croc! You slimy creature! I hope those buttons and buckles will stick in your throat and choke you to death." Claude grinned at Mugwump. "I eat monkeys too." And quick as a flash, with one bite of his huge jaw, he peeked through the tree that Mugwump was sitting in, and down it came. But just in time, Mugwump jumped onto the next tree and swung away through the branches. A bit further on, the enormous crocodile met the roly-poly bird. The roly-poly bird was building a nest in an orange tree. Hello there, enormous crocodile," roly-poly bird. "We don't often see you in the jungle." "Ah," said the crocodile, "I have secret plans and clever tricks. I hope it's not something nasty," sang the roly-poly bird. "Nasty?" cried the crocodile. "Of course it's not. It's not nasty. It's delicious. It's luscious. It's super. It's muscious. It's duper. It's better than rotten old fish. You mush it and munch it. You chew it and you crunch it. It's lovely to hear you go squish. Berries are my favorite food in the world. Is it raspberries, Pap? Or could it be strawberries?" The enormous crocodile laughed so much the teeth rattled together like pennies in a money box. "Crocodiles don't eat berries. We eat little boys and girls. And sometimes we eat roly-poly birds as well." Very quickly, the crocodile reached up and stabbed his jaw to the roly-poly bird. He just missed the bird, but managed to catch hold of the long, beautiful feathers in its tail. "No, the feathers! No!" At last, the enormous crocodile came out of the other side of the jungle into the sunshine. He could see the town not far away. "Ho, ho," he said, talking to himself. "Ha, ha, that walk through the jungle made me hungrier than ever. One child isn't going to be enough." The enormous crocodile crept over to a place where there were lots of coconut trees. Now that children from the town often came here looking for coconuts. The tree was too tall for them to climb, but there were always some coconuts on the ground that had fallen down. The enormous crocodile quickly collected all the coconuts that were lying on the ground. He also gathered together several fallen branches. "Now for clever trick number 1, he whispered to himself. "It won't be long before I'm eating the first part of my lunch." He grasped the coconuts in his front paws. Then he stood straight up in the air, balancing himself on his tail. He arranged the branches in the coconut so cleverly that he now looked exactly like a small coconut tree standing among the big coconut trees. Soon 2 children came along. They were brother and sister. The boy was called Toto. His sister was called Mary. They walked around looking for fallen coconuts, but they couldn't find any because the enormous crocodile had gathered them up. "Oh, look!" cried Toto. "That tree over there is much smaller than the others, and it's full of coconuts. I think I could climb that one quite easily if you help me up the first bit." Toto and Mary ran for what they thought was the small coconut tree. The enormous crocodile peered through the branches, watching them as they came closer and closer. He licked his lips. He began to dribble with excitement. Suddenly, there was a tremendous whooshing noise. It was Humpy Rumpy the hippo. He came crashing and snorting out of the jungle. His head was down low and he was galloping at a terrific speed. "Look out, Toto!" shouted Humpy Rumpy. "Look out, Mary! That's on the coconut tree. It's the enormous crocodile and he wants to eat you up. And Bjornby charged straight to the enormous crocodile. He hit him, he caught him with his giant head and sent him tumbling and skidding over the ground. Owie! Cried the crocodile. Help! Stop! Where am I? Toto and Mary ran back to town as fast as they could. So tough. It's difficult for even a hippopotamus to hurt them. He was crooked up and picked himself up and crept towards where the children's playground was. Now for clever trick number 2, he said to himself. This one's certain to work. There were no children in the playground at the moment. They were all in school. The enormous crocodile found a large piece of wood and placed it in the middle of the playground. Then he laid across the piece of wood and tucked in his feet. So it looked exactly like a seesaw. When school was over, the children came rushing to the playground. Oh, look! They cried. We got a new seesaw. They all crowded round, shouting with excitement. Bugs, I'll have the first to go. I'll get on the other end. I want to go first. So do I. Then a girl who was older than the others. It's a rather funny, knobbly seesaw, isn't it? Do you think it'll be safe to sit on? The enormous crocodile opened one eye just a tiny bit and watched the children who were crowding around him. Soon he thought one of them was going to sit on my head. And I'll give a chuck and a snap and it will be yum yum yum. At that moment there was a flash of brown and something jumped into the playground and hopped on top of the swings. It was Mugglewump the monkey. Run! Mugglewump shouted to the children. All of you, run! That's not the seesaw. It's the enormous crocodile and he wants to eat you up. The children screamed and ran for their lives. Mugglewump disappeared back into the jungle. The enormous crocodile was left alone in the playground. He cursed the monkey and waddled back into the bushes to hide, getting hungrier and hungrier. I will have to eat at least 4 children now before I am full up. The enormous crocodile crept around the edge of the town, taking great care not to be seen. Came to a place where they were getting ready to have a fair. There were slides and swings and dodging cars and people selling popcorn and candy floss. There was also a big roundabout. The roundabout had marvelous wooden creatures for the children to ride on. There were white horses and lions and tigers and mermaids with fish's tails and fish and dragons with red tongues sticking out of their mouth. Now for clever trick number 3, said the enormous crocodile, licking his lip, known as licking. He crept up to the roundabout and put himself between a wooden lion and a fearsome dragon. He sat up a bit on his back leg and kept very still. He looked exactly like a wooden crocodile on the roundabout. Soon all the children came flocking into the fair. Several of them ran towards the roundabout. They were very excited. I'm going to ride on a dragon, cried one. I'm going on a lovely white horse, cried another. I'm going on a lion, cried a third one. And one girl whose name was Jill said, I'm going to ride on that funny old wooden crocodile. The enormous crocodile kept very scared. The girl coming towards him. Yum, 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 he thought. I'll gulp her easily up in one gulp. Suddenly there was a swish and a swoosh and something came swishing and swooshing out of the sky. It was the roly-poly bird. He flew round and round the roundabout singing, look out, Jill, look out, look out. Don't ride that crocodile. Jill stopped and looked. That's not a wooden crocodile, that's a real one. It's the enormous crocodile from the river and he wants to eat you up. Jill turned and ran. So did all the other children. Even the man who was working the roundabout just jumped off it and ran away as fast as he could. The enormous crocodile cursed the roly-poly bird and waddled back into the bushes to hide. I'm so hungry now. Could eat 6 children before I am full up. Just outside the town, there was a pretty little field with trees and bushes around it. This was called the picnic place. There were several wooden tables and long benches. People were allowed to go there to have a picnic at any time. The enormous crocodile crept over to the picnic place. There was no one in sight. For clever trick number 4, he whispered to himself, the lovely bunch of flowers, and arranged it on one of the tables. On the same table, he took away one of the benches and by the bushes. Then he put himself in the place where the bench had been. By tucking his head under his chest and twisting his tail out of sight, it made him look much like a long wooden bed with 4 legs. So 2 boys and girls came along carrying baskets of food. They were all one family, and their mother had said they could go out and have a picnic together. Which table shall we sit said one. Let's take the one with the lovely flowers on it, said another. The enormous crocodile kept as quiet as a mum. I shall eat them all, I said to them. Then they would come and sit on my back, and I would swing my head around quickly, and after that it'll be swish, squish, crunch, roll up. Suddenly a deep voice from the jungle sounded, "Stand back, children! Stand back! Stand back!" The children stopped instead. At the place where the voice was coming from. The children stopped, and then, with a crashing of the branches, Chunky the elephant came rushing out of the jungle. "That's not the bench you are going to sit on," he bellowed. "The enormous crocodile, and he wants to eat you up." Chunky trotted over to a spot where the enormous crocodile was standing. Quick as a flash, he wrapped his trunk around the crocodile's tail, and he hoisted him up in the air. "Hey, let me go!" yelled the crocodile. "Let me go! Let me go!" "No, I will not let you go. If that's quite enough for your clever trick." Tricky began to swing the crocodile round and round the air. At first he swung him slowly, then he swung him faster and faster and faster still. Suddenly Chunky let go of the crocodile's tail, and the crocodile went shooting high up into the sky like a huge green rocket. Up he went, higher and higher, faster and faster. He was going so fast when the earth was just a tiny dot miles below. He was on and on. He was far into space. He was past the moon. He was past the star and planet, until at last, with the most tremendous bang, the enormous crocodile crashed headfirst into the hot sun. He was sizzled up like a sausage. Pete the cat did not feel happy. Pete the cat had never, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Why? 'Cause it's raining? I know cats hate water. But hasn't it rained before? Then why would he feel blue now if it's rained before? And if it's rained, it must have rained before. So why be blue now? Maybe because he was gonna go to the skate park on his super cool skateboard or something. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said,
"These cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way."
"Really? Magic sunglasses?" But they look really cool. Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses. He looked all around. Right on! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way, and he soon saw a squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "What's wrong, Squirrel?"
"I'm so mad! Nothing is going my way. I only found one acorn today."
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
"Awesome! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right."
Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and continued his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "What's wrong, Turtle?"
Pete asked. "I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I am all upside down today."
"Oh, poor thing. And look, slow crossing because of the turtle. And there's a turtle on that." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. You see things in a whole new way." Turtle put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
"Far out! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling all right."
Pete kept rolling along till he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. "What's wrong?" Pete asked.
"Nothing is going my way. No one wants to play with me today."
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Alligator put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I'm feeling alright.
Pete was rolling along and feeling alright when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Uh-oh, Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree when wise old owl said,
Pete, you don't need magic sunglasses to see things in a new way. Remember to look for the good every day.
Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, we're feeling alright. That's the end of this book. The moral is, you don't need anything to see things in a new way. You just have to be optimistic and look for the good things all the time. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more books, scratch, and stories.